Good morning, everybody. This is Monday Morning Coffee with Kyle and Ann. I'm Ann Rusley, here with my dear friend and colleague, Kyle Harvey. We sell real estate in downtown Chicago, and today we are going to talk about everything Lincoln Park. We talked last week about, the different neighborhoods and how they compare. Today we're going to delve deep into Lincoln Park. We're going to skip the stats in the beginning because we want to jump right into it, but stay to the end to find out what's going on with condos. And we're going to bear with us because we have the presentation, and then Kyle has prepared some very special information about some examples of what we're talking about. So we're going to hand off back and forth is, I guess, what I'm going to say, right?
Yep.
All right. Anything else to say before we dig in deep?
I just want to say really quickly, today's focus is on single family homes in the pictures in Lincoln Park.
And
right?
Also, yeah.
I don't have any condos.
Now, I have condo stats for July if we get to it.
Excellent. But this is just pictures of
We're
house.
talking about the most important thing first, which is Lincoln Park single family homes. And, Kyle and I talked about this before. We're like, do we do Lincoln Park this week or not? Right. And then we said, well, like everything compares to Lincoln Park. So, whereas some of this may be a little bit repeat of last week, and you certainly go back and watch last week's episode, but this really is going to get into it and give you examples and will form the basis of the next couple of months, right?
Yes. Because Lincoln Park is where it's at right now. The hottest market in Chicago real estate is Lincoln Park. Okay. To you.
Okay.
Start.
All right. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to remove our.
Yes.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. So this is 9.5 years of sales data for Lincoln Park single family homes. And that's what all of this is based on. So you're going to really learn everything there is to know. Hey, before we get to this, you want to jump in and talk about Lincoln Park? What it is, what it looks like?
Lincoln Park is actually a really interesting neighborhood. It runs from North Avenue on the south to Diversey Avenue on the north, the lake, all the way to, is it the highway? I
think
it may be to the highway.
Yes, which is weird because you get into West Lincoln Park.
Yes.
It's not letting me. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. This actually shows the divisions within Lincoln Park too. So you can see in the bottom right, the Old Town Triangle is actually in Lincoln Park. And there's like Ranch Triangle on the left side, but that's basically your Lincoln Park neighborhood.
Yeah. And I grew up in Lincoln Park. And Lincoln Park, East Lincoln Park was always lovely. But and by East Lincoln Park, I sort of mean Dickens to Fullerton, and actually Dickens to Diversey, but East of Clark was always lovely, always lovely. And then it started to move nicely west, but on the north end, moving west was good. And it really wasn't until the 70s that Old Town and the south part of Lincoln Park picked up. And actually, I grew up in Old Town in the 70s. Okay, I've just dated myself. And it was a scary neighborhood. And it became nice very, in a relatively short amount of time. But it was enough scary that I was told to walk down the middle of the street rather than on the sidewalks. Yeah, that was that kind of neighborhood. We called the cops probably once every 6 weeks. Yeah. Sometimes more often, sometimes less often, but it was about once every. And they came in 90 seconds from all directions. Now, if you know Old Town, it is a snarl of one-way streets that you have to know to get around. And they would come down the one-way street from every direction. I was like, okay, they're taking us seriously. Yeah,
Wow.
it was scary.
That's a
Anyway,
great
but it's
story.
much better now. It's much better
That's
now.
great.
But it's a great neighborhood. It's families, it's businesses, it's tree-lined streets. It also had, interestingly, early on, the first scattered site CHA, Chicago Housing Authority, housing, and especially in Old Town, we had a lot of scattered site, small public housing that worked great. They were the neighborhood was fully integrated in a very lovely way. So it was a very diverse neighborhood that got a little more under control over the course of my youth.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Wow.
what are your thoughts about Lincoln
Yeah.
Park?
No, I think Lincoln Park's remarkable. And, here's the thing. It changes block to block. The feeling of it, like you could be on Fremont with those row houses and it has a totally different feeling than if you're like
Yes.
on Maud.
Yes.
So,
And
but I love that.
There are a bunch of schools with big schoolyards that create a place for children to gather in a way that's lovely.
Yeah.
So it's a very you get to know your neighbors in Lincoln Park.
Yeah, I think that is
Yeah.
right.
So
I have friends on Clifton that wouldn't do anything else. All right, let's jump in, shall we?
Yes.
All right. So, first of all,
Good Lord.
it's the most expensive neighborhood on the north side. That's not a surprise if you've been watching our show. With a median sales price of almost 2.5, it's gone up 63% since 2017.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Negotiation is over. Over. There were 23 days you had to negotiate in 2017, which really wasn't all that much. It was very healthy back then. But today, the median is 8 days. Median.
And 8
And you have a
days.
slide for us for this, right?
Yes, but 8 days is the listing agent refusing to accept or even review offers with their client so that they can gather more.
Right.
Yeah, no, 8 days is not because it's taken a while. It's a strategy to get multiple offers.
That's
Right.
exactly right. So again, and we've talked about this. You go on the market. I spilled a little tea. That's what I'm working on over here. Yeah, they put it on like on Thursday, show it over the weekend. There's your 4 days. Then they negotiate it for a couple of days, and then it goes under contract. So you're exactly right.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So should I do your first slide here?
Well, the first slide is this is Lincoln Park. So show the first slide. Let everyone see what Lincoln Park looks. This is just examples of the kinds of housing stock that you'll see in Lincoln Park.
Oh, I love the yellow house. The yellow house.
I know. Just a lot of different. And one of the things that you've noticed from these houses is many of them are old, but some are modern. So you'll have modern. So that's a newly built house. This was probably built in the 70s or 80s. And then these are 100 years old. So you get a lot, and this is certainly over 100 years old. So you get a lot of different things within Lincoln Park and within the same block.
Yeah. Love it.
Okay. Now what's next? So this is what $2.5 million buys in Lincoln Park today. 2.5 being the median sales price. Okay. Cute house, but simple, unassuming. You've seen this interior 150 times. Very simple downstairs basement with carpet.
Might be a good time, and we'll get to this later, but to talk again about the 25-foot lot being the standard city lot in Chicago with 125 feet deep. And so this one is,
so in Lincoln Park, there are some blocks that are shallower than the standard lot. This one is 25 by 117, and it is 6 bedrooms, 4 full baths, 2 half baths, and It's got some nice outdoor space, not a yard, but upstairs and outdoor, this patio and then an upstairs roof. This is what you get in 2020. This house sold, so that was 2026. So relatively a nice house, but this is 2.5 million in 2020. I want you to know that this sold for 2.75 this year. Okay, up $250,000 in 6 years. Okay. Oh, 2.775. Look at that. Huh?
Wow.
This is the 2020 listing.
Okay.
Sauna. Upstairs with a bar. This is going to be your upstairs outdoor balcony, and so that is their outdoor space. So it sold for $275,000 more 6 years later. Okay. That's what I got for that.
Interesting.
You want to see the negotiation is over slides?
Well, here, well, negotiation is over. Let me just say this, everybody. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, we already did that. So never mind. Yeah. You go ahead.
Let's do the negotiation is over slides. Okay, so this house on Bissell. Okay, let's see. Wait, hold on. That's slide 3. This house on Chalmers sold for $286,000 over asking price. And I spoke to the listing broker about it. And he said, the first offer, and this sold in like, where is it? 5 days. The first offer was a low ball. So this is one of the houses within what we call the what do you call it? Seminary within DePaul.
Seminary. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is a 20. It's one of these wildly odd lots, 24 by 45 by 60 by crazy ass lot, a 132, huge lot. It is 6 bedrooms, 6 full baths, 2 half baths, and it's got 2 outdoor spots. $50,000 in taxes. That's not much for how big this house is and where it's located. But the first offer was a lowball offer. And then they got 2 offers that were played against each other. And it ended up at $286,000 over asking price. Wowza. Okay, next one. This is a house on Seminary that sold for $205,000 over the list price. It's a row house. And it sold for 2.7. I did not speak to the agent, but that too sold in 4 days. And the only way you get $205,000 over list is you have multiple offers. And then the next one is 2047 North Bissell, which sold for only $120,000 over. And this house is 25 by 125. The lot is 125 by 125, and the previous one was 25 by 124. So standard lots. They go fast and they go high.
Really interesting. So one of the things we talked about last time is Lincoln Park has always been a very popular neighborhood, but there was a time when people were going to other neighborhoods and saying, okay, if I can't get in Lincoln Park what I want, I'll go elsewhere. And so the prices kind of converged, and this chart shows it. What it basically says is that North Center at one point was 90% of the median sales price of Lincoln Park. And Lakeview was 90% at one point. And that was like at 2024. But in the last 2 years, Lincoln Park has exploded. And now the median sales price of North Center and Lakeview is like 77 and 76% of the median price of Lincoln Park. It's an interesting phenomenon. People have decided they really want to be in Lincoln Park, and they're willing to pay to be in Lincoln Park.
And it's interesting how emotional, because I've represented buyers wanting to get into Lincoln Park and for whom the it was a stretch of their budgets to get there,
Yeah.
but how incredibly emotional it is, how much people want it in a way that they are willing to do whatever it takes. And that's really hard. It's hard for us knowing there are some great neighborhoods right around it that will not be considered. It's like,
And
okay,
everybody follow us, because after this week, we're going to talk about other neighborhoods that you could go to instead of Lincoln Park that are remarkable. So,
and that you'll
okay.
love, like Lincoln Park. Yes.
Right.
And are near
So,
it.
yeah, exactly right. So you can't find a home anymore under $1 million in Lincoln Park. That's what
No.
this slide says. All right. So a third of the market now tops $3 million in Lincoln Park. 1 in 3 home sales is over $3 million. That's
Unbelievable.
unbelievable. All right, let's talk schools for a minute. What does it cost to be in different schools? This says the school boundary. So basically, the difference between Prescott and Lincoln is $490,000. So if you want to be in Little Lincoln, Agassiz, or Oscar Mayer, you're going to pay substantially more than Alcott or Prescott. But some of that might be housing stock too. But anyway, Prescott has been the bargain. It is in West Lincoln Park. I want you to think Wrightwood and Fullerton is where it's located. So it's right by that beautiful park over there, Wrightwood Park.
Wrightwood and Halstead, or Wrightwood and, you said Wrightwood and Fullerton.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry. Ashland.
Sorry.
Ashland.
Yes,
Wrightwood and
yes.
Ashland.
Okay. Yeah.
So, but the market time has gone. We've seen this happen. Let's see. Yeah, starting in 2020, it just went nuts. But I know people who even in 2016 were thinking Prescott. You have something for Prescott, correct?
I do. So Prescott is one of the
Is this
neighborhoods. Or yeah, no, it's Prescott Bargain. Yes. No, Prescott. There we go. There we go. Hi. I missed one. Negotiation is over. Oh, wait, go back to the negotiation is over. No, we won't go back. It's over even for lower price properties. Okay. 2642 North Marshfield sold. So we were looking for a home in the Prescott neighborhood that is under the median sales price, because that's where you're going to find the ones that tend to be under the median sales price. And right now, the only homes in the Prescott School District are over $3 million. So the only ones for sale. So I can't show you, I'm not showing you those, but this one sold earlier this year for 1.425 million. So here we go. It's a cute house. It is three bedrooms above ground, 1 in the basement, 3 full baths, 1 half bath. Its taxes are $22,800 in 2024, and it sold for a little bit under the asking price. It was on the market for 1.5. It sold for 1.425 in 31 days. But it's a cute little house with a nice little roof, top garden. But it's not fancy, but it gets you in a good school district.
Right, it sure does. And just so you know, how far north was this on Marshfield?
2641. So right at Diversey, right before Diversey.
Yeah,
actually,
so just north of Wrightwood. But just so you know, folks, Marshfield is 1 west of Ashland. So if you can picture where Clybourne and Fullerton come together, go just a little bit north of that, and then a little bit west, you're kind of in that triangle where you get to Costco, and up there. That's kind of the hood you're in, if you will.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So we talked about Prescott. Now let's talk about what lot size does to housing. Because, if you're building new construction and you have a bigger lot, you can build a bigger house. This is saying that 24 to 25 feet wide. median price 1.7. You go 30 to 35, you have typically a 5,000 square foot home, 41% of which are vintage, and it's 1.8 million. You find a lot that's 40 to 50 wide, so up to 2 lots wide.
Mm-hmm.
50% of those are vintage and it's 2.2 million. And then you've got your trophy homes that are 51 feet or more. They only represent a few of the houses sold, but the median price is 2.3. Keep in mind, that's median.
Yeah, I was going to say some of those are being sold for land. Yeah, to drive.
Very good point. So here, this shows what happens over time. So the first 24 to 25 feet, 17 to 2020, it was 1.58 million. Today, 1.9. And it shows the number of sales just left of that. So you can see that most of the homes, like we were saying before, 418, 428 are that standard city lot. Then you go to 30 to 33 feet, and you see a lot of 30 to 33s. And
Yes.
that's 1.7 to 2.03 million. And then, but see, look at the number of sales and how it drops off. Only
Yes.
5 properties sold in the last 3 years that are 51 feet or more.
Yeah.
And so to your point, I think you're right. They may be like tear downs. They may be, because 2.6 in the 40 to 50 feet is where it's really rocking.
Yeah.
So did you have a slide for us for this, or should I go on?
No, I have a slide that just shows you what a house looks like on. So this house, 1857 North Orchard, which just sold for 7.4 million, is on a 44-foot lot. So notice you have two. You can see the white part of the house is probably what the standard lot would look like with it, and then you've got all this extra. They're sort of showing off. Look at that. It's kind of amusing.
Sort of showing off. Well, think of it, folks, too. If you're not from Chicago, on a 25-foot lot, you only have one room wide, right? You have to go to at least a lot and a half to have 2 rooms side by side on your floor plan.
Yeah. And they're showing off here. So this is, and we're going to see 2444 North Fremont again, because it's, and this is on a 25-foot lot, but notice how they always take the picture not full on so that you get a sense of, oh, it's wide.
That's right. It's more imposing that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but that sells for 4.5 million. So it's not the only
even on
thing.
a standard lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we talked about this, and we'll talk about it again. Very rarely do you get over 3 million on a standard lot in the other neighborhoods. Lincoln Park is.
Well, let me ask you this. I think, so this was built in 2021. 2044 North Fremont was built in 2021. This is that Savannah, Environs
I was just going to say, yeah.
So the ones that tend to be the ultra high end on a 25-foot lot tend to be built in the 2010 and more recently towards us, because those builders were building ultra luxury on a standard lot.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard to do luxury on a standard lot unless you do something like they tear it down completely and make it incredible.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway.
No question about it. All right. We ready to go back? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. This is kind of fun. If you're listening to agents talking about what's hot in Lincoln Park and luxury and all that good stuff, 51% of them say elevator, 33% say wine cellar, butler's pantry, 30%. And that's because a lot of people have butler's pantries. You don't have to have luxury. And then home theater, 26%. I'm seeing people are kind of like not so cool about home theater. They might call it a media room or a whatever.
Well, now that everyone wants to watch what they want to watch, where they want to watch it. Let's go back. Wait, let's go back to that thing. Let's go back to yours, to the slide you just did. You know, the reason for the elevator being big deal is these 25-foot lot, super luxurious homes are really tall. They have high ceilings. They are 3 or 4 floors. And imagine lugging luggage up and down really, high ceilings. I mean, there's steep staircases. You
Right.
want an elevator. And
Right.
also people want to be able to stay there longer. So you can stay in a house longer if you can sometimes ride to the top. So it's becoming, for a lot of houses, for people in middle age and beyond, important to have an elevator. So that's
Absolutely.
why, anyway, you don't
Yeah,
find
no,
them much
very good point.
anywhere else. Yeah.
Thank you for
Okay.
pointing that out.
So what am I showing you about this? What is this one called?
I don't
Oh,
have your
3 million
tiles.
plus on a regular lot.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this one is it's sold in one day. When it sells in one day, it's usually a pocket. It's not a pocket. Anyway, but it is
They were
2633 North.
private until they sold, I'll bet you.
Yes. I think people talk to people. So it's a standard lot. Built in 2015. There's a $250 concession. 41,000, almost 42,000 in taxes, 5 bedrooms, 6 full baths, 1 half bath. And it's got a full English basement.
Only 42,000 in taxes?
Yep.
Okay.
It'll be different at some point.
Yes, it will. Oh, look at that dressing room.
I
Lovely.
try to show you things that make it worth the money for me, those closets.
Yes.
And
your basement bar.
my basement bar, and this is a walkout basement. And they have a media room for you.
Okay. Well, that's not quite
And
the theater
upstairs
room, though.
gym. And this is their outdoor space. Not much. But wait, did
I
I
don't see an outdoor kitchen.
There isn't an outdoor. It's a very small lot. But I think you've got hookups up here. But I think there's an elevator somewhere. I think one of these doors is to an elevator.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. It's interesting because most people show you the elevator. Oh, well, let me see if it says there's an elevator. It doesn't say there's an elevator.
Huh.
But I bet there's an elevator. Closet systems, mechanical. All righty. There should be an elevator. The other one has an elevator. Oh,
very interesting.
Has It All has an elevator. I'm going to show you Has It All later. Oh, and here's Has It All. Has It All with the elevator. This is the one we saw the narrow when I was comparing the wide to the 25-foot lot.
Yes.
This is its taxes are higher, $65,000 a year. And it is it was built in 2021, and it was built by AK Custom Homes in 2021. But what I thought was interesting, so what you're seeing here, they've gotten rid of the living room. So you're seeing a sitting area, the front windows, seating area, and then the start of the dining room. So the front room they've made as dining and seating. And then we come into the back, and the back has the living area and this big, beautiful kitchen.
Wow.
Then it's got beautiful, a beautiful outdoor space.
Green wall. Go back to that green wall. I want to
pretty.
soak that in for a minute. Isn't that lovely? That is so au courant. Love it.
And the outdoor kitchen.
Yeah.
And this beautiful space up here. So, these luxury listings tell a story. That's how you sell them at the best price. They tell a story, these pictures.
Well, hey, wait a minute, though. Go back. They had the outdoor kitchen on the first level outside the kitchen, and now they've got a grill up here, too.
Well, the other kitchen, look, it's built in. And then they've got a grill up top.
Oh, gosh. Because Heaven forbid you have to go down a set of stairs to grill a piece of meat and then go back upstairs. You want it on the same level. It does have everything.
It does have everything. And then up here, we've got a TV, a ceiling fan. This is on the roof of the house, and another beautiful living space. But where's the grill? I'm sorry, where's the grill?
Yeah, exactly. You don't have a third grill. Forget you.
It's probably out of shot.
Yeah, exactly. Oh
So
my
here's
God.
the downstairs. Beautiful. Again,
Basement
not
bar
much-
in the back.
Not much. That's really just a beverage center.
Oh, but they
Wine
have a wine room.
room.
Nice. Look, and pictures
that's
of
the
wine
elevator
bottles at
shop.
the end of it. Okay.
So this is the top floor leading to the outdoor deck, and this
Right.
is the elevator.
Okay.
There you go.
And wide
That
plank
has it
floors.
all. Yeah.
Wow.
So show
That's
us those
lovely.
stats you promised us. We've sat through all of Kyle's nonsense. We need the stats.
This is not nonsense, but yeah, okay. So I'm going back to condos lakefront, guys, and we're going to go through this in speed style. So this is just July 1st to today. I ran it last night. And basically 11 days is, so the market has not cooled. Typically by now we're cooling for the summer, but it hasn't yet.
No.
Now,
No.
I will say anecdotally, my buyer that you've been hearing me moan about for the last 3 months, we did get her into a Sheridan Park condo. There were 2 offers on it, not 22. So I would say maybe things are starting to cool, but that's only on one condo situation. So
I'm going to tell you, I'm looking for a bunch of buyers. There is nothing for sale.
that's the problem. There's nothing
Listing
out there.
agents have said, or people have said, well, it's summertime. There's nobody looking. People, we're looking. We're desperate.
Yeah, we're looking.
Look
Seriously.
something. Seriously.
This I thought was so fascinating. This is how monthly assessment affects the price. And I've often said to people, if you're in a high-rise building, $1 per square foot is kind of the benchmark. And you can see the number of properties is the second column. The first column is where the assessment runs. And Kyle and I have both experienced this. Young people today don't want to pay assessment. They'd rather put their money into a mortgage. And so the lower priced under 50 cents per square foot is the fastest segment of the market, selling in 7 days. But it has a median sales price of $625. Isn't that fascinating?
And when things need to be repaired, as they do in all buildings, you have fewer people across which to spread it, and you have a big special assessment. So always I say to my people who buy in these low assessment buildings, pay yourself a special assessment, put it into an account so you're ready. Pay yourself a real assessment, add $1,000 or $500, save $500 a month for when the special assessment comes.
Right. So,
because it will.
But I thought that slide was interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 and 3 bedrooms are selling the fastest. Not a surprise. New construction is, selling over list price. Not a biggie. And then like the different segments of the market, if you're over 1.8 million, it is, taking longer to sell. Again, some of that may be new construction that they aren't ready to move to close on yet. So, this I thought was really interesting. These are various neighborhoods, and the number of properties available is the first column. So like in North Center, there are only 17 currently available for sale right now. There are currently 40 under contract. So that means there's only a half a month supply of homes for sale in North Center. Uptown's next, followed by Lincoln Park. And near North, Loop, near West Side, near North and South Loop are the slowest of the neighborhoods. But remember, slow is still only 17 to 25 days to contract, folks. So slow is a relative term. Okay.
Not a lot of time for thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, I'm not going to go through all that. If you want to buy or sell, reach out to us. How's that?
Yeah.
I mean, everything is so nuanced and I can't give you in 2 seconds the right thing to do. Anyway, that's Lincoln Park, everybody. Lincoln Park single family homes.
Yes.
Next week, we want to do a different neighborhood. let us know if you have a preference. We'll decide by Thursday. But
Wait, aren't you traveling next week? Or is it the following week?
oh, you are so
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
We're gonna have to
We're going
skip
to take a
next
week
week.
off, everybody.
Yes, I'm going
And-
to a big
and
seminar
Selma.
in Anaheim, California next week. Gosh, it just keeps sneaking up on me. All right. We'll be here the week after, unless we tape our show. We could do that.
I'm too last minute to tape the show.
Okay. Everybody, enjoy the first week of August without us. Watch one of our past shows. How's that?
Yes.
All right. Good to see you, Kyle. Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Bye-bye, everybody.